Well, if you had a negative position on crypto, the FTX and then, of course, now the Binance situation emboldens you to be even more of a skeptic. But I look at it from the other side. This opportunity in digital payment systems and crypto, obviously Bitcoin being the big daddy, the demand for that is not going away. And the institutional man is on the sidelines waiting for the crypto cowboys to get the arrows in their backs, and that's what's happened. This Binance thing is over. That's a good thing for the markets. And now the excitement for investors like me that are on the pro side of crypto is what fills the void. And that void, in my opinion, and I'm going to invest this way, is going to come out of Abu Dhabi, which is now defined as the capital of capital. They're launching on the 28th of this month the M2 exchange. And the only way I could get access to ownership in that was through a company going public on December 4th called Phoenix. On the ADX, which is the exchange in Abu Dhabi. They own 35% of the M2. But the backers of M2, ICH, are the second largest market capitalized company after Aramco, over $250 billion. And so big money is coming to this in a very compliant fashion. And my anticipation is all of the accounts that were sitting on, cowboy land in Binance are going to leave for a stable institutional product like M2. And anybody can get an account on there right now all around the world except Americans because they haven't cleared the SEC yet. And there is no compliant exchange of size in America because obviously the SEC is suing Coinbase. So we're all waiting for this to get to resolve. But meanwhile, the 60% of the market's going to go to M2. And I'm excited about that as an investment opportunity.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And I come back with that video just to make you think.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And make sure you're joining the Patreons. If you're not a part of the Patreons, make sure you hit the Cash App. Now make sure you share the videos. Stop, hit the like button. Share the videos because going into 2024 and the back half, the globe is going to start changing, and it's not going to be for the good. But we have Kevin O'Leary talking again about the M2 exchange. And now that Binance is out the way, we know the NWO exchanges are going to rise. I told you this a long time ago. And we know the BRICS nations led by China the Dragon is going to lead the fourth industrial revolution. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you.
And let's take last month's retail sales report. People said, a really good report. Look, sales overall were up 2.5% year over year, but inflation was 3.2%. Well, the math quickly tells you people are getting less than they bought last year, but spending more. And that's why the numbers we're seeing at our major retailers have all been negative. We got all the reports. It's an open book exam. All the reports last week and the week before from retailers for the quarter that ended at Halloween. Best Buy was down 7%, Lowe's was down 7%, Nordstrom was down 7%, Macy's was down 7%, Kohl's was down 6%, Target was down 5%. I mean, they're almost all negative except for Walmart, who was up 5%, but warned the consumer is in trouble. And when do people shop Walmart more? When the economy is tough.
Charlotte, North Carolina, Aspen, Waikiki Beach, and so we're spread across the country. So we have a pretty good observation as to what the consumer is doing.
And what are they doing?
Yeah, this is the fourth year I've been on Black Friday, and this is the most pessimistic we've been. Neiman Marcus announced yesterday that their sales last quarter were down 8%. And so we're hearing that from our luxury retailers. A lot of them that were expecting to grow stores next year in 2024 have pushed their growth back to 25 to 26 because their consumer is really starting to soften. We also have a very large restaurant portfolio. We've had negative same-store guest counts since the beginning of the year. So we really see people have tapped the brakes on spending, especially on the luxury side.
Hey Ray, it's David. Just to reiterate, I mean, your malls are high-end malls in some of the wealthiest communities in the country during what seems to be a pretty strong economy. So I'm curious as to what you think is going on here.
Well, a lot of the sales spike they got during the pandemic was from things like buying from purses, belts, all types of accessories. And a lot of that came from stimulus checks, and they were the non-traditional luxury buyer that was doing that. So you go into their stores and you say, who are these buyers? And they were people that weren't typically there. So a lot of the sales loss that they've had hadn't been so much from their luxury buyer, that's their traditional buyer, but more from people that had come in for the first time to buy, and that really spiked their sales and kind of threw things out of kilter a little bit, but that was that government money that came in that people decided to spend for a luxury item. So you're still seeing strong growth in accessories. The softness is really coming from, the dresses and a little bit higher end things that they've got. In addition to that, the supply chain for them has pretty much smoothed out. So they're not having a problem getting product in the stores like they were having. And so they've got product to sell. It's just the consumer numbers of people coming to spend money has really softened a lot. And we've seen that, like I said, everywhere from Aspen throughout to Dallas, Charlotte, and as you said, the neighborhoods that normally hadn't seen that in a long time. But actually, we're purchasing some shopping centers today, and what you're seeing is these mortgage rates have just absolutely hammered people. So anyone with debt coming up, this wall of debt that you hear coming, is true. And people are just starting to throw their keys back. You're going to see a big acceleration in the first and second quarter next year of commercial properties getting thrown back to lenders. And the old saying of lenders don't want the keys back, they're setting up programs to try to partner up with other developers to take these things. But next year is not going to be a good year. Another data point, we just opened a restaurant in Houston last week. We were hiring for 85 positions. We had 700 people apply for jobs. So I think this entire unemployment rate is a big misnomer. I think it's a lot worse than people are making it out to be.
And the holiday is here, and the consumer is showing that they are definitely hurting. But we already know that from the Fed website. But now it's showing in the numbers. And we know when it comes to commercial property, when it's time to refinance, they're going to be paying higher rates, so they're going to be turning in those keys. And we're going to have more small and medium-sized banks buckle, which is a part of the plan. And that's going to be a domino effect to small business. And we know small business runs America, and we see more and more small businesses closing. And the unemployment rate that they give, we know is not true. Just like when we have Janet Yellen and Jerome tell you, oh, the economy is wonderful and the consumer is strong. Guys, we know that's not the truth. I rode around today, and it definitely didn't look like a Black Friday. I know a lot of people shop online, but they have definitely changed the consumer's habit. And I'm an old man, and this is the first time I've ever been inside of stores this time of the year and didn't have to wait in line. And in the second half of 2024, we're going to see more and more layoffs. And we know the NWO caused the problem, wait for the reaction, and run in with the solution. And we know that solution is robots, algorithms, and drones. And these big banks and big corporations, especially the Magnificent Seven, guys, we see them working together. No more competition. It was already an illusion of choice, but you can really see there's no more competition. And speaking of the fourth industrial revolution, we had Amazon, which we know they have the NFL deal, running advertisement during the actual game. Now, guys, I did not watch the game, but they stated they had exclusive deals. But, guys, what you have to do when you know about the fourth industrial revolution, just think about the wallet. Think about the digital currencies. So now they're going to advertise, and with a click of your remote button, are you speaking to your remote or speaking to Alexa, your package will be there within hours or days by drones, and the money directly taken out of your crypto wallet. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
Joining us now is Jan Szilagyi, co-founder and CEO of Toggle AI. Toggle has a partnership with Microsoft to train AI in finance, and it's also in talks to bring this technology to some of the top banks on Wall Street. Jan, it's great to have you here. Now, you work with Microsoft. You also, maybe through this partnership, break it down for me, work with OpenAI as well. So if that's the case, I just want to get your reaction to all of the drama we have seen over the past week.
Yeah, so first, thank you for having me. We work, amongst others, we work with GPT foundational models. And so that is definitely something that everything that's been happening with OpenAI is very relevant to us. In terms of the drama, just what we've seen this past week, I think we see it in the conversations with prospective clients, and those range from the likes of UBS and Fidelity and so on. There's a lot of uncertainty in this space, and I think that pertains also to those who are developing these models. So I understand that when a letter like this comes out, there is obviously concern, okay, have we gone too far? Are we going and moving too fast and so on? So our perspective has been wait for the evidence to be out, and then move slowly, experiment, trial by error.
I think for us, everything starts with Prime, and we sit around and say, how can we make Prime better? How can we add more value to Prime? We want Prime to be the best membership program in the world. And when I say best, I mean we give more value. It's so valuable to our members, and we always want to charge less than the value we're giving them.
You're talking about Prime streaming, or you're talking about Prime
overall,
everything?
Prime overall, and Prime Video is a big piece of that. But the reason we did the NFL deal is because sports are valuable to people, and they're non-substitutable, and they're large fan bases that come in, and you're seeing that. So this year on Thursday Night Football, we're up 26% our viewership year over year, average of 12.3 million viewers. And then today, to get back to Black Friday, really it was about how could we offer something to our customer base that's new and different and big. And so we're making today a whole event. All of Amazon has come across to support this event. For example, our music team is going to have an exclusive Garth Brooks concert right after the show. Throughout the game, we're going to be dropping exclusive deals just for our viewers. So that'll be in pregame, which starts at 1:30. The game kicks off at 1, but then we'll be dropping exclusive deals each quarter of the game. So it's really a way just to reward Amazon customers.
But you don't have to be an Amazon Prime member to watch this.
No. This is the first, because it was the first year, we decided to do something special and give back. So you don't even have to have Prime. We invite any Amazon customer, come in and stream, check out our broadcast, what we're doing with Thursday Night Football and today on Black Friday. And we hope everyone loves it.
We're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. We will, and if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Sonali Basak. Sonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a Treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, BitChute, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing, they were still getting that free money. What are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Yashua and Drama Team save the village. Part 2. King Yashua and Drama Team save New York from COVID 33. Part 3. King Yashua and Drama Team goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.